Has anyone else noticed that luxury brands have been decreasing their prices in response to an economic slowdown?
Several brands are actually lowering prices for the first time.
There are a few different things at play when it comes to the conversation about these retailers lowering the prices of designer goods.
2024 saw seismic shifts in the luxury world. If you've been following luxury fashion trends or keeping an eye on the global markets, you've probably heard about luxury brands slashing their prices. But why is this happening, and what does it mean for the future of high-end fashion? In today's video, we're diving into the world of luxury fashion to uncover the truth behind the price cuts, with a special focus on the Chinese market slowdown and what Burberry's recent announcement could mean for brands around the world. Make sure to stick around to the end of the video, because we'll not only explore the reasons behind this, but also how it might change the entire landscape of the fashion industry forever. Luxury brands have been on a wild ride in the last decade, with unprecedented growth driven by a booming middle class in Asia, especially in China, but recently there has been a noticeable slowdown, and I talk a bit more about this slowdown in a recent video that I did about luxury fashion dying. Luxury brands once considered recession proof are now facing some tough realities, and we're going to look into the reasons why. So first and foremost, the Chinese luxury market has cooled significantly.
The biggest stumbling block that has been admitted to is the slowdown in China, and that is not going to turn around. In fact, I don't think in my lifetime we will ever see another China again when it comes to luxury goods, in terms of the size and the growth that market has enjoyed over the last 15 years.
For years, China was the engine that drove luxury sales globally, but due to economic uncertainty, changing consumer behavior, and a younger generation prioritizing different experiences over material goods, sales are dipping. In fact, the Chinese economy has been in a bit of a slump, which has dampened demand for luxury goods.
LVMH earlier this month reporting sales growth of 9%. Doesn't sound bad, but that was half the level of the earlier quarters. LVMH stock now down 24% from its highs. Company CFO saying, quote, "After 3 roaring years, growth is converging more in line with the historical average."
In China, the sales of personal luxury goods are expected to drop by 20% to 22% over the next year. And the global luxury consumer base has shrunk by 50 million over the past 2 years.
Analysts say Chinese people have become more cautious with their spending. They are opting for more affordable options, whether for traveling, shopping, or other activities. This consumer trend has severely impacted one particular segment: the luxury brands. From Gucci to Louis Vuitton and Hermès, every brand has been struggling.
The slowdown is forcing brands to rethink their pricing strategies. It's no longer about luxury being scarce, it's about adapting to a new economic landscape where price sensitivity is becoming more of a factor. Consumers want exclusivity, but they also want value. And the value piece is something that I think all luxury brands need to be making a priority in 2025. All throughout my comments and in the comments of similar videos, consumers are talking about, are they really getting any more value for their money buying luxury? And even recent viral topics like the work-in have kind of raised the question even more. Why would I spend £9,000 on a Birkin when I could spend £70 or dollars on a work-in? And although I think people generally accept that they're not exactly the same quality, I think some customers are really just questioning if the difference is so significant that it's worth the money. And I think there are some brands that could be defended, like Hermès, who famously pay more attention to their craftsmanship, but would be harder to defend for brands like Dior and Armani, who have recently been caught up in scandals allegedly using sweatshops or using mass production techniques.
Italian raids found that Armani and Dior bags are actually made by illegal Chinese workers in northern Italy. So these so-called made in Italy bags are no different from the made in China ones.
So more recently, Burberry has been one of the first major brands to openly discuss lowering its prices. The British fashion giant shocked the industry when it announced plans to reduce prices across multiple product categories in 2024. Burberry's decision to cut prices is a direct response to shifting market dynamics, particularly the slowing demand from China. In fact, the brand CEO Jonathan Akeroyd spoke about the brand's desire desire to remain accessible to a broader customer base while still maintaining the prestige it is known for. While many in this industry scoffed at the idea of a luxury brand lowering its prices, Burberry's move set a precedent. Ackroyd has emphasized that this price strategy is all about modernizing the brand's appeal and making its offerings more attractive to a global audience, especially as the wealthy consumer base becomes younger and more digitally connected. And although this price slashing approach was announced by Ackroyd, soon after, Burberry announced that he would be leaving with immediate effect by mutual agreement from the board. And after issuing its second profit warning this year, the chief executive position has been taken over by former chief executive of the US fashion brand Coach, Joshua Schulman. However, the brand has been consistent in its messaging in wanting to focus on the more timeless classic attributes that Burberry is known for. I think everything that's going on at Burberry is quite interesting and probably deserves a dedicated video to cover it all. But essentially, Burberry are not the only brand who are looking at changing strategies to try and mitigate the effects of the luxury slowdown. Hugo Boss has also issued profit warnings, and net profits at Swatch were down by 70% last year as a consequence of the huge reduction in demand from customers in China. Burberry slashed the price of its night bag and knocked 5% off the price of all bags designed by Daniel Lee. Gucci, owned by Kering, has also made moves to price its products more competitively without diluting its brand status. The brand's new creative director, Sabato Di Sarno, is focusing on rethinking Gucci's heritage, and that includes adjusting pricing to appeal to a broader audience, whether it's through introducing more affordable items or adjusting existing collections. Gucci is playing the long game. Louis Vuitton, perhaps the most iconic luxury brand of them all, has also been experimenting with price changes. While they've been slow to drastically reduce prices, there have been reports of smaller price hikes being reversed in certain regions as demand from Asia, particularly China, starts to dip. Reports show that Louis Vuitton is offering more exclusive limited edition pieces at higher price points, but regular products are being priced with more caution, ensuring they don't fall out of reach of their core customer base. Prada has also been adjusting its product line and pricing strategies. With a strong digital presence and a growing number of younger, price-conscious customers, the brand has started offering more entry-level items, including smaller accessories and ready-to-wear pieces. Balenciaga has also been slashing prices. In the first 4 months of 2024, they offered an average discount of 40% on sale items. A small beige crocodile pattern version of the hourglass handbag was offered at a 35% discount on Alibaba's Tmall. Overall, it seems that all of these luxury brands are really looking at ways that they can adjust to move with the shift in luxury shopping. So what's next for the luxury market? We're seeing luxury brands embrace a new era of digital innovation, with luxury e-commerce becoming more prominent. Sustainability is also a key issue for younger consumers, and brands like Gucci, Prada and Burberry are already tapping into that. Plus, we might see more brands collaborating with tech companies to bring high-end fashion into the digital space, perhaps through virtual fashion shows, NFTs and personalized online shopping experiences. I honestly don't think luxury is dead, but it is definitely evolving, whether it's through price cuts, innovative digital offerings, or reducing what luxury really means. The industry is shifting, and it will be interesting to see how these changes unfold in the next few years. What do you think about these luxury price cuts? Will this be the new normal for high-end brands, or will they go back to their traditional pricing models? Let me know what you think down in the comments, and press the bell for more luxury related videos.